everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm the City Witch. So I'm back here on YouTube giving you another free spell to do. So this one is called the Shaker Jar spell, and it's a spell that's really easy to make. It's very versatile to any and all needs, and it's something that you can make really easily that doesn't involve too many complicated items. You can include just about anything in this, and all you're going to need is a variety of herbs that match your intent of what you want it to be, a mini petition or a photograph of yourself or the thing you're trying to manifest or focus on, and you're going to need a jar. So this is mine. This is the Shaker Jar spell for myself that I tend to recycle over and over, and what I mean by that is the jar itself doesn't need to be chucked away when you're finished and the thing that you wanted has manifest or come into your life, or that you've accomplished the goal that you're trying to focus on. So I'd say this is quite a versatile spell. So the ingredients, once you're done with them from inside the jar, I tend to bury them out in my garden and ask the earth to nurture and stabilize that energy within my life and keep it growing so it's everlasting and doesn't ever slip away from me. But again, personal preference. If you don't have a garden, guys, you can just as easily use a plant pot to do that with if you want to, or you can find a nice space outside in a park or under a tree or in a flower bed that you like that's public, and again, just bury the ingredients there and ask the earth the exact same thing. It doesn't have to be a big elaborate ritual, just something nice and simple. So as always, I've got an incantation for you that's going to match this. Now I actually have two incantations because it's personal preference on which one that you like, and depending on what I'm doing depends on which version I prefer for what I'm focusing on at the time. Now what I'm choosing to focus on in this video personally is I want to focus on peace, happiness and tranquility. So that's what my jar is going to reflect. Now what you'll do is you'll add the ingredients in and tell them what each ingredient is going to be doing, thus telling them their job, which means they're going to work much better for you during the spell. Then you're going to add your petition in. For the purpose of this video, I've wrote down a number of words that I want to reflect what I want to draw into my life, and then I will sign over it and pop it in. Now I'm not going to show you my signature because obviously that's quite personal to me. However, you guys, you seal your petition however you want. You can do that by using a sigil. You can use your signature, whether that is your actual name or your witch name, personal choice. You can also choose to use a symbol if you want to, or you can just choose to imprint some kind of a logo or image over the top. So sometimes I have these nice stampers that create nice patterns, and one of my favorite symbols is the paw print of the wolf, so sometimes I use that. You can also choose to fold it and seal it with a wax seal. That is completely up to you. It depends how elaborate you want to go. You can also bind this spell to whatever you want it to be for. So if it's for you in your life, you can have a picture of yourself, write the petition either on the back of the photo and roll or fold it up and then tie it with a nice ribbon, or you can write it on a piece of paper and, as I say, seal it with your signature or some form of sealing technique, fold it into a little scroll and again tie it with a ribbon, and the ribbon colour should reflect whatever it is you're working on. So as I'm working on tranquility for the purpose of this video, I would choose a white ribbon because that's very pure and very blessing and very hopeful, and it's also a colour of happiness and blessings and bringing in all positive energies. So that's what I would choose to do. So I don't need to cleanse any of my herbs for this video, but I am going to cleanse the jar just so you know I've done it, and I'm now going to show you how to do the spell. As always, don't worry guys, I will show you the incantations even after I've said them, so you have an opportunity to write them down. So I hope you enjoy the video and I'll speak to you soon. So, as I say, you're going to need to start off with a jar. Now, as you can see, mine has a little bit of decoration on it and it has the symbol of the moon. Now, as I like to reuse the jar over and over, so I'm recycling it, any symbols that you choose to draw on the glass, guys, should be versatile to any and all spells. So the symbol of the moon is a really good choice. The symbol of the sun is also a really good choice. Or you could choose to use a sigil made out of your own name, or something that reflects a certain energy, or a symbol that connects to you personally. So that is completely up to you. This connects to my totem animal, it connects to my goddess, it connects to a lot of energies I work with on a regular basis, and I normally like to make this spell under the light of the full moon, so that's another reason I chose to use the moon as a symbol. Now how I drew this onto the jar, guys, is I just used a Sharpie pen in silver. Sharpie is really excellent for drawing on glass, so please feel free to do that if you want to give it a go. Now, I've left all the other areas of the glass completely blank. I've only chosen to draw the moon symbol on the front, and I just tied this nice ribbon on it just for decorative purposes. Now, as I say, you're going to be shaking the jar, so only fill the jar part way. It doesn't have to be filled all the way with the ingredients. Now, some of the ingredients that I'm choosing to use, I'm going to be using cornflowers, everlasting, rosemary, some crystal chippings and some lavender, and I'm just going to layer it part way, and I'm going to pop in my petition and some crystals, and then I'll give it a good shake when I say the spell, which will activate it. So what I've done here is I have this little jotter that's shaped like a moon, and I've wrote down things that I want to draw into my life, because as I say, the purpose of this video, I'm focusing on tranquility, peace and happiness. So I've wrote down some words that reflect that for me. So this is my intent and the focus of the energy, what I want it to draw in. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is cleanse the jar, and this is to make sure that there's no outside energies on it that's going to interfere with my intention when I set it and all the ingredients that go inside it. So how I do that is I just pop it inside the jar and then around the jar, just to make sure it's cleansed and secure. Then what I'm going to do, as I say, is I'm going to sign over the top of this. So this is my personal signature that will seal my petition. And then I'm just going to fold it over. As it is sticky, I don't need to do a lot to it, and just pop it in like that. Oops, move them out the way. Okay, and then I'm just going to add my ingredients in. So the first thing I'm going to add in is cornflower petals. This is a really good choice for love, friendship and happiness. And that's what I'm calling upon. So cornflowers, I ask that you bring in happiness, friendship, tranquility and love into my life. From rosemary, I call upon the energies of clear communication, understanding and of purity, so that no outside forces can mess with my spell. From lavender, I call upon peace, tranquility, love and happiness. And from life everlasting, I call upon my ancestors, my spirits, my guides to accept this offering and to aid me in manifesting my desire of peace, tranquility and happiness. I add in crystal chippings of amethyst and call upon their energies for peace, great restful night's sleep, tranquility, happiness and psychic energies, to bless my spell and to charge it with good energies. Blessed be. So now that I've added in my ingredients, as you can see, I haven't filled it particularly high, but you can fill this part way and that's all it really needs. But this will make a nice rattle, which is the point of the shaker jar, guys. So it doesn't have to be a massive amount in it. And you can put lots of charms and things in it. You can add things like your business card, you can add bigger crystal chippings in it if you want. You can add matchsticks, you can add anything really that symbolises what you want and your intent. So if it's a look, you might want to add in some bay leaves because they're known for wish granting. You could actually write your petition on the bay leaf itself. You could add in some 4-leaf clovers or at least symbols of that. You could add glitter and coloured sands into this if you wanted. It's completely up to you guys. So I know before now when I've done this, doing a Beauty Glamour one, what I did for the Glamour Magic jar was I added in some shells and I deliberately ground some of them up so that there was pieces of them in there, and I put in a whole one as well, and I put in some pearls, and I used a lot of items from the beach and the oceans as well, so a little bit of seaweed, that kind of a thing, because Aphrodite came from the sea foam of the ocean and she's a really good goddess to call upon for beauty and glamour and love. So I used her for that particular jar. So now this is done, I'm going to read my spell. There's 2 versions of this, so I'll read you both versions and then I'll show it to you to the screen, guys. So I like to actually shake the jar while I'm doing this to activate the spell. So version of this spell number 1. Shake the jar, shake it well, shake it to awaken the spell. Second version of the spell. Shake the jar, shake it well, shake it to activate this magical spell. Blessed be. So nice and simple, guys, and each day I will keep the incantation near the jar, and every morning when I get up, I will give this a shake and re-say the incantation, and I'll keep saying it until I feel that what I'm trying to achieve has manifested into my life. At that point in time, I will take the ingredients in this, mainly all of the natural biodegrading ingredients, so the herbs and the petition, out into my garden and empty the contents into the ground. Now the crystals I can cleanse off and I can reuse, so you don't necessarily have to bury them, but if you feel like you want to bury them to keep the spell going in the earth and add a sacrifice to the earth itself to honor all of your energies that you've incorporated, you can do that if you like to, guys. I sometimes do that. It depends on the spell that I'm working on, and that's it. So be really creative with these, guys. The sky is literally the limit, so you can put anything in them. I do recommend that everything you put in though is biodegradable or items that you can cleanse off and reuse again at a later date. And your petition, again, if you're gonna burn your petition when you're done, make sure that what you're using to draw your petition isn't gonna be toxic when you burn it, or you know, the fumes aren't gonna get to you in any way. So I'd recommend pencil rather than pen. And if you're gonna bury it in the earth, it is better that you use things that are not toxic to the environment. Now I've particularly used a pen in this that I know is not toxic and doesn't have any nasty chemicals in it. It's just regular ink. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And if you enjoyed my spell, give me that thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, click the bell button so YouTube will tell you about my next video. I am on various forms of social media, ranging from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. And I'm also on Patreon. And for those of you who choose to support my channel on Patreon, thank you very much in advance. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your support, your kind words. And if you have any questions, guys, just drop me a comment and I'll answer it as soon as I can. And if you do follow me on any of my social media, all of them have different spells and looks into my rituals and my altars. And some of them have mini videos on as well that are not on here because they're much smaller videos, but you get a sneak peek into my spells as I'm doing them, and you get a look at some of the workings that I do for my clients in my business. So without further ado, here is the spell, guys. So this is the moment where I recommend that you pause the video and write this down. Please feel free to alter the spells as you see fit and to add layers to them that match your intent and your magical purpose. And I do recommend that no matter who gives you a spell, me included, that you do alter it anyway so that it matches your style of witchcraft and the spell is a bit more versatile for you and the way you like to do things. And also you'll know it worked for you as well because you've altered it in some way. It's always my recommendation to all my students, so it's the same recommendation I give to you guys. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And stay safe, be good to each other, and I'll see you soon. Blessed be.